The eyes of the college football world have descended upon this grand palace, this Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, it's the second of our two semifinal matchups in the college football playoffs, as it'll be the Florida Gators taking on the Clemson Tigers. And for the right to play in next Monday's national championship game in Miami, we are underway here in New Orleans. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. 1st and 10, Florida. They begin the drive with Jennings on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, White. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. The play fake, now White. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Here's White. Over the middle, complete. It's Perkins. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Florida's punter is out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Taylor. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So a nice completion there, Charles. And you talk about this young receiver, one of the best in the nation, if not the best. 88 catches, close to 1,500 yards in the regular season.
And Brandon, as we prepared for this game, I went back and looked at my notes from scouting him throughout the season, and this is what I saw. I think he's got everything you look for in a receiver. Size, speed, great hands, separation ability, route running. Everything is top-notch, and I think that's why you're going to see him come off the board very early in the first round. In fact, I would rate him as the top receiver to be taken in this upcoming draft.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. from the 2. Here's first and goal. Again, it's Taylor, and that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A great effort there. There to make the grab, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on first down. Jewell powers through, and he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. DeAndre Jewell from 17 yards out, and Clemson tacks on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find...
Oh, contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, will just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there. Second down. The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And our first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Taylor. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. 5-yard touchdown. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll try the left side. Jennings. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. White. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Gators now with a 1st and 10. Now White. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Here's Jennings. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
The Clemson offense back out there ready for their next drive. After the interception, here's Taylor. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Taylor. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Andre Bridges, 52 yards. And the Tigers open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on 2nd down. White, pass incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now White. And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Florida's punter is out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Oh, Taylor going to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Taylor. He finds his man, complete. That's Powers. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running play.
And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Tigers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Gator offense about ready to get this next drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's...
Jennings lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. Pushing his way through. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive. Here's the Florida offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. To throw, White. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Taylor going to throw it. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Tigers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So led by a collective team effort,